Okay guys, it's ADC Melbourne here. Today I'm going to do a video on how to change the wheel bearings on a BA Falcon. There they are, the brand new one in the kit. I'm not taking it out just yet, so I haven't got any gloves on. As you can see, it's covered in grease, but it's a complete set. That's where the wheel gets bolted onto. But anyway, let's get to work. Okay. First things is, we've got to get the wheel off. There's a dust cover that covers the bolt. That's got to come off. Okay guys, we're under the car. As you can see, I've got a jack and a couple of stands there to prop up the car, and I put the tyre underneath it in case it comes. Now here we go, this has got to come off. We've got to pop that. We've got to take that off. Then this comes off. Alrighty. Okay, now to pop this, I'm just going to get a screwdriver and just slowly hammer the way around. Don't just go down one thing, just slowly work your way around it. Okay, there's the nut, there's the dust cover come off. Now we've got to, now that's supposed to be 36 mil. Now apparently the newer cars have gone back to 32 mil, and there's a pin in it, which makes a lot of sense too. Now next step is we got to get this off, this off. Now there's a little clip at the back here, you just pull that off. And we've just got to rest this on something so you're bleeding out the brake lines again. So, just got to get a bucket, I'll put it under there, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, we're back on. Now, you're going to notice the cap's back on, but nothing's been done. Now the reason is, one, I didn't have a 15 mil impact socket, and these bolts are pretty tight. Secondly, as you can see up here, there's a bit of grease around here. That had collapsed inwards. Now I had to pull it all out, and it was all stuck up with old grease and dirt and crap, so I had to clean out that and then that. But I also had to go down and buy some new brakes because the brake pads had worn uneven. I'll show you that, and I'll put some new brake pads in at the same time. As you can see, both sides are quite smooth, so there shouldn't be a problem with that. Now here's a 15 mil impact socket. So what we need to do is undo this one and this one, and that way the whole calipers will come off. Then we can remove it all. Now I've turned the steering wheel on this side so it works with me rather than against me. There it is, undone. Unfortunately, have a look at the end, it's torn and shredded it a bit, so I might have to go out and get a new bolt for that. The other one is still in good nick. So let's get this off. And there it is guys, off. So we'll get that out. It actually slid right off, so I'm not going to have any problems putting the new one on. So what we'll do is clean all that up, get the new one out of the box and put this one on, and then we'll get the brakes back on, and the calipers back on, put the new brake pads in, and get started on the other side. There it is. See how quiet it is? That's the ABS sensor, by the way, so quiet as a mouse that goes around there. Now, I'll get the bolt back on. I'm actually going to use a bit of deep thread locker on it, just to make sure we're nice and safe. And there it is, on guys. I put a bit of anti-seize there and a bit of anti-seize there so they don't lock up. The problem is I've got that one bolt that's a problem, so I'm going to put the top one in first. And then I'm going to shoot down the auto parts store to get another bolt. I'll get a spare one for the other side as well. It's all in. It's a bit loose there, but that'll go up. We haven't got any brake pads in because when I put it all in, they literally fell out. But like I said, this, it's stuck in because there's the old grease and dirt and all that. It made it so sticky, it's like putting cement in there. So I cleaned it all out, put some fresh grease in there. But if you have a look down here, you can see on the right hand side there, the inner, which was the inner one, it's actually worn uneven as you compare to the top. Well, the other sides are worn perfectly. Now, here's the new set. As you can see, there's plenty of meat on them. Now, you compare those two and see what's being taken down. There's quite a bit compared to what's there. Even though there's plenty of life still left in it now, the only reason I'm changing them is because of that uneven wear. So I'll put it on now. It's not going to take, it's only going to take a few seconds. And then we'll bolt it all up. We'll have to get the cup back on, and then put the wheel back on, and it should be ready to go. So these little pistons, or whatever you like to call them, they're what forces in, and they squeeze against that to to get the car to stop. So what we need is one of these. Put that in there, and it just forces. And you just screw up against it. That goes in there. This goes against there, and it just forces it in together. Just clip this back in here, and that's right. So I've just got to straighten it up. What I'm going to do is get some brake cleaner, spray that to get all the gunk off it, put the cap in, put the tyre back on, and we're right. And then we'll start on the other side. Not one bit of noise there, guys. Smooth as. So that's problem side 1. Again, take off the wheel. I'm going to put the wheel under the car for safety. We'll take off the caliper, and then we'll take off the bolt in the centre of the wheel, and hopefully it'll all just drop off again like the other side. Okay, caliper's off. I can tell you something, this side came off a hang of a lot easier. It's easy to get in the impact wrench on this side. Okay, now here's some things that can go wrong, even though everything else came off fairly easy. Have a look at this. That belongs in there, and as you can see, it's all caked up with crap, bit of whatever in there. Now I've got to get a screwdriver in there and knock that off. Now also, as you can see, the rotor is stuck to the wheel bearing, so I've got to bang that off as well. So there's a couple of things that'll help you out when you're planning it. Okay, now like I previously said, we've had a few problems with getting this old wheel bearing off, and as you can see, it's pretty much disintegrated there. And I've got this here. Now what I wanted to show you, I was trying a screwdriver with a hammer and that didn't work. So I had this little old grinder thing. I've had it for years. And I slowly cut through it. And then I got a cold chisel and I banged where it is. And as you can see, it's breaking away. So that's got to go all the way up there. And then I've got to fit the other one. But I just noticed it's a bit tight. So it might take a bit longer than I expected for this one, but oh well. I've had all afternoon to do it and it's been dry, so I'll keep finishing. Okay, everything's finally off. Now, the problem was, this was too tight, so I got the same little thing. I put a little grinder attachment, I just grinded a little at the top here, and it fits on perfectly now. So what we're going to do is put it all back together. I'm going to use a bit of blue lock nut in there as well, even though these bolts are designed to hold that in. Then I'll get you, and I'll show you what I mean by this is all gooed up inside there. I'm going to clean that out as well as replace the brake pads. And here's what I mean. This is the pin that goes in here. You lift it up and you put the brake pads in there. Now, this is nowhere near as badly as what it was clogged up on the other side, but I'm still going to clean it down so we don't have the problem of the uneven wear. Okay, all back together. Just got to put the cap on. That blue stuff there is just a bit of blue thread locker. I just done it to tighten it, which I might just give it another tighten seal. As you can see, the red there, we've got 2 new brake pads on. I cleaned out those on this side as well, so they don't have the same problem here. It's got fresh grease in them. That's supposed to bounce in and out, and that's the same down there. So, well, that was going to be an hour. The other side only took an hour, and I had one of the bolts that had held the calipers on. That stuck a bit, but so that literally fell to pieces. This was a major problem. The previous wheel bearing, it stuck to the thing. It looked like it being forced on rather than rust. There's hardly any rust on it. I had to cut that off. Then I had to use a bit of grinding just to get the new one on. This had stuck to the wheel bearings. I had to belt that off. But anyway, it looks like it's all come good. So we'll give it a test run in a couple of hours, and hopefully it's riding like a dream now. Anyway, guys, cheers. Happy motoring.